Good morning and welcome to the Morning Huddle, your daily dose of change experience. I'm your host, Stef Simich, and today is Wellbeing Wednesday, the day where we focus on filling our cups rather than pouring from them. This week, we are covering Laura Otting's book, Limitless: How to Ignore Everybody, Carve Your Own Path, and Live Your Best Life. For the last 2 days, we have been talking about finding alignment over allurement or distractions. However, I failed to touch on one of the most crucial elements of Laura's book. Laura shares her definition of the word consonance, which is where who you are aligns with what you do and how you do it. So to be in consonance does not mean that there's this like equally divided pie chart with 33% of it being who you are, 33% of it being what you do, and 33% of it being how you do it. Laura actually illustrates that consonance is having self awareness on how each slice of that pie is working together. On face value, some may jump to the conclusion that to be in consonance would mean a vegetarian working for PETA or someone who likes children being a teacher. But that's a pretty narrow scope on her intention for the word. You see, Laura spent the first 20 years of her career recruiting for nonprofit and human rights organizations. She used her talent in identifying key personality traits and work habits to partner the right candidates with the right company. And, she could have made a lot more money using those exact same skills for Coca Cola or Samsung. But instead, she really focused on partnering people together who wanted to do great works. The unfortunate thing is that she would see the same candidates returning to her due to being unhappy. They were spending their time fighting the proverbial good fight, but the long days or heavy travel was pulling these people away from like who they were. Even if what and how they worked was of great importance, they didn't have consonance in their lives. So, as you read through Limitless, you will definitely see how the author challenges us as the readers to like change our industries or our work environments if we find that we are not in consonance. But in chapter 10, she actually touches on if those things aren't possible, well, then it's time to change ourselves. So, how does one change oneself? Well, Laura provides three practical tactics in the book: screw the Joneses, make the hard choices, and be holistic with finding that balance. Your definition of balance does not and should not look like everyone else's. If you are struggling imagining what consonance looks like in your life, I challenge you to put down the social media doom scrolling, screw the frickin' Joneses and the picket fence, and think, what does a happy and fulfilled, aligned life look like to you? Once you better know what this looks like, next comes those hard decisions and taking action. This sometimes results in having to change a relationship or friendship. Sometimes it's the hard reality that that your spending habits are actually preventing your balance. Or sometimes it's even harder reality and you have to do a lot of self-work. Lastly, Laura shares how important it is to really think about your life holistically to determine what that balance looks like. Which, if you don't know what holistically means, simply put, it's looking at the whole picture of who you are and how it all connects. So that's like how your mental, physical, and financial security are all tied together. You may be entering the job field, for the first time. And so getting a paying job to pay student loans may be a much higher priority than a convenient working schedule. Or you may be at a point to where you can make less money now to change job industries because you're ready to take on a new challenge and learn something new. There is no perfect recipe or breakdown for the pie chart, and it's not limited to just the amount of money you make for the work that you do either. It's truly thinking about, in my life, what do I need to be happy? What financial security do I need? What mental security do I need? And what physical security do I need to find alignment or consonance in my life? And so, and again, the alignment piece of it is that's when who, what, and how you're living this life all matches. So for Wellbeing Wednesday, I share or plug my weekly lifestyle podcast that I have called Gen Authentic. Today's episode on Gen Authentic is my amazing sound engineer, Robbie. Robbie is a trans non binary sound genius. They have been my rock on Gen Authentic for the last 7 months, and I would not be able to bring together the voices of a generation working authentically through life if it weren't for them. Robbie joins us on Gen Authentic today to talk about how their voice was constantly being filtered through others, causing their story to not be heard authentically. So, what did they do? Well, they moved halfway across the world, went to a prestigious art school in Germany. Robbie not only screwed the Joneses, made the hard decisions, and found the holistic balance, but they did all of that while remaining grounded to who they were as a person. And I would encourage you to check out their story everywhere that podcasts are available by searching Gen, like generation, Gen Authentic. Thank you for joining me for the Morning Huddle, your daily dose of change experience. Join me right back here tomorrow for Thought Leader Thursday with our first official Morning Huddle guest, where we delve into my favorite communication tool to help remove limits. Ask just one more question. Until next time, I'm your host, Stef Simich, signing off, challenging you to work to find the consonance and what that means in your life. Remember, change starts with each and every one of us. Are you ready to experience the change?